Alright, today's video we're looking at the Lord of Battles Viking Karl Seax. This one comes with a really cool sheath that comes with it. We also have a belt loop attached, which I'll show on my belt so you can see what this looks like. Draws out very nicely. Small utility knife. Take a look at some specs, up close looks. Then we did some thrust testing with it as well, just to see how the edge does. Let's get to it. Overall length on the Karl Seax is 9 3/16 of an inch. The blade length itself is 4 1/16 of an inch. This one has been sharpened. Lord of Battle stuff comes to this unsharpened, so if you want to add a sharpening service for a functional edge for this utility knife, then click the little check mark, kultofathena.com, and you'll be able to get that serviced. The grip length on this one is 4 1/4 inches. This is a hardwood handle, 4 1/4 inch grip, so plenty of grip if you wanted to hold this in a standard hammer grip, or if you did want to hold this in more of a saber grip, you have plenty of room on that, or this is also what it looks like in reverse grip. Plenty of room for that. This is primarily going to be a utility knife for the intention of use. Obviously, this could be used in a self-defense situation, hypothetically, for when this was carried back then. So if you're doing this for reenactment, this is primarily a utility knife. This Viking Karl Seax also comes with a leather sheath. We have a belt attachment as well that I'll put on my belt in just a moment. Draws out just fine. The steel, or really the brass on it rather, the brass on it is where the edge is facing down on that. So you don't want to go the other way because then you're cutting against the leather if you were to pull that out. And has enough retention to where if you're carrying this more of a horizontal carry or just a more vertical carry, you can get a couple fingers on it and draw that out nice and smooth. Let's take a look at what this looks like on a belt. This is what it looks like up close on a belt, just a regular leather belt. You can really carry this however you want, but turning this with the left hand, getting a grip on it, and then sliding this out, you got the full grip on it. That's probably what this is for as well with the cord. That way, if you did kind of grab this, maybe like toward the end of the handle, you've got a little bit of that just so you can assist the grip and bring that out. Easy to slide back in. Again, you can carry this however you want. I would not carry this in front because that draw doesn't make any sense. So that's why I'm carrying it and showing it more of a general way off of the right hip. Doesn't really get in the way, doesn't swing and hit you in the front or whatever. It stays primarily on the right hip, which is good. But then drawing that out, really easy to draw that out with one hand and just moving the sheath with the left hand to pull that in. Putting it back in, no problem with it. It's supposed to be a utility knife, supposed to be easy to get to. So this is what it looks like. Let's take a look at some up close looks in the sheath and out of the sheath of the Lord of Battle Karl Seax. Taking a look at it in the sheath, there's the belt loop, you have the ring, so you have some mobility here for how you want to carry it. Piece of cord on the end just for some extra grip. Flipping that guy over so you can see it. There's the belt loop and the leather sheath with the brass accents. Let's take a look at the testing we did with this one. I primarily did thrusting. It's a knife, just like anything in the dagger category or knife category. Thrusting is going to be the primary. So did a lot of broken thrusting because that's the primary of the knife, and the primary of the dagger is to puncture and to thrust. You did a little bit of slashing with it. It's not going to go super deep in the tatami mats because it's a small knife. It has less leverage than something like a saber or a side sword or something like that. But let's take a look at the performance on the thrusting with this Karl Seax. Alright, thanks for joining me for the Lord of Battles Viking Karl Seax. Small utility knife, did a little bit of work on it, just showing a little bit of thrusting and how the edge performs. Again, these do come unsharpened, so you got to add a sharpening service if you want to add that. Click the little check mark at kultofathena.com, and then we'll be able to service that for you with a functional edge. If you want to see more Viking stuff, Viking swords, Viking knives, utility knives like this, other Seax, let us know in the comments below. Subscribe to the channel, like this video, and we'll see you in the next one.